Hi there, it's John from Antique Watch Company. Just wanted to share with you a watch we've had in our collection for many years now, probably 6-7 years. I suppose to the naked eye, stainless steel Omega Ranchero. Obviously straight away you can see the dial has had some work, the hands are painted. It's on a beads of rice stainless steel Omega bracelet. The interesting thing about this watch is, in our opinion, it is a genuine Ranchero. But then it's the question of what is a Ranchero and what isn't. So this watch come to us as it is. We haven't done any restoration to it, just an internal service, and we managed to locate what we feel is a pretty period stainless steel Omega crown. Also, what's a little bit unusual about this watch is there's a 3-digit reference on the case back as well. Now, we've had the nicknamed the Ranchero version of this 29961, which I'll try and flash up on the screen. I'm not particularly technical with video editing. I was back in the day, but do bear with me. So this is the 29961 in stainless steel, the white dial variation. So you don't really see the white dial variation. So the reason I'm uploading this video today is just a bit of discussion, really, is what do you guys think? So we bought it as it is, and it's come from a reliable source. I feel this watch originally probably had a black dial, and the hands have been painted afterwards. So I'm sitting there debating what to do with it. I like the style of the watch. I like the Ranchero connection. Obviously, we all know the I think from memory it's the Ranchero ranch hand Spanish term. So apparently back in the day it wasn't a particularly good seller. Because I suppose if you connect a secondary job to a watch, it doesn't sort of imply greatness, but it's more about, to me, it's more about the design. And I love watches from the 1950s. Apparently the first model was 1958. This watch is 1959. It's got the caliber 254, which I will need to check. So mechanical manual wind. Now if I can get a close-up of the dial, you can see, you can start to really pick holes in the dial. It does have a Swiss made down the bottom, which doesn't really matter. It's not every Omega watch had Swiss made on the dial, but you can tell the font, the characters, even the Ranchero isn't quite right. So we decided to see what Omega thought. So we sent them the details, the pictures. So they've come back with usual wristwatch, the model numbers which we supplied, the photographs, 284, sorry, the correction on the caliber there, 284, with the movement number. Now, the all-important model Ranchero, case number, sent out to Sri Lanka, and a production year of 1959. White dial, luminous indexes. So what are you thinking? So if Omega say this watch is in their archives marked as a Ranchero, then it's a Ranchero. It's a restored dial Ranchero on a stainless steel beads of rice bracelet. The bracelet is a 1502 with the number 14 ends. But it's a good watch. It's in great condition, unpolished. And I suppose if you want to add a watch to your collection, is this what we have to do with every watch? Do we have to send off to Omega? I mean, are we saying that Omega are going to a 1950, 58, 59 archive, old paperback book, and literally checking it up and referring the details back to us for £100? Because someone in the archives says it was sent out as a Ranchero, then it's a Ranchero. Is that the case? That's the interesting thing from my point of view. I've been servicing and buying and selling Omega watches for over 25 years, so I don't tend to look at watches in the normal way. I tend to look at watches everywhere. I look from a different perspective. I don't just look at the dial. I know a lot of dealers and collectors and enthusiasts redial. Yes, watches do and did have their dials restored. Watches weren't always looked after. Paint does fade, it does decay. So back in the day, people did want their dials restored. I'm 100% positive this dial's been restored. I don't think it was a recent restore. I think it's been done probably 10, 15 years ago. Internally, the watch is immaculate. It really is a great looking watch. It's an original piece. It's in the archives as a Ranchero. So this watch, in my eyes, is an Omega restored dial Ranchero, 36mm case. I'm going to put it on wrist and just see what it looks like. I've got quite a slightly large wrist, just over 7.5 inches. And what do you guys think as a watch? So a modern re-edition of a Railmaster. It's the same thing. If Omega's selling it, if Omega putting their name to it, it's still a nice piece. Obviously, for the purists, they want an original dial, and I would love every watch to have its original dial, original box, original spare strap, original buckle. Life isn't like that. You've got to buy watches for what they are. Obviously, it will reflect in the price. I say the Ranchero we had recently. Could some not very honest dealers out there, start printing dials. I mean, that was a honeycomb version, which, as far as I'm concerned, they never made a Ranchero a honeycomb dial. And then you've got to get the hands. These hands, in my opinion, are original hands. They've just been repainted, because they wouldn't be an easy hand to find back 15, 20 years ago. So this watch apparently was originally 1958. This is 1959. Be interested to know what your opinions are on whether, if you have this archive extract, does that mean that someone in Omega has confirmed your watches are Ranchero, or are they just actually reading the dial? In my experience, I've been sending off for archive extracts for since the beginning. They will come back, and if a watch isn't what it's supposed to be, they will not give you the archive extract, and that would be the sensible and the honest way to do things. But I mean, aside from the archive extracts, which has just arrived, I still really like the watch. I think it's a great piece. It's deciding what to do with it now. Do I put it on the website? Do I sit and take the backlash of the people, redial? Because people do talk before they read. It's very frustrating. I do honestly wish people would think before they write comments. And all you other watch dealers out there, what I'm talking about. People are very quick to throw stones. But as watch dealers that have been established as long as we have, we're not going to sort of discard good, honest watches, as long as they're described. That's the main thing. We'll describe them as much as we can. We will say everything and make everything transparent. And I'll do that with this. I may well add it to the website. I'm going to enjoy it for a while. And I may well add it and do a little story on it, being a Ranchero, apparently confirmed by Omega, and comes with our service, 12 months non-waterproof service. I'd be interested to know what this 197 is, because it's one of the first ones I've seen with an individual 3-digit reference on the back. But yeah. So interested to know if you guys have seen another one. Another white dial Ranchero, center seconds version. Obviously, we know the 2990, the sub seconds version. There's quite a few white dial versions of them around. Quite like the case as well. It's got a little bit of a sort of Speedmaster ilk about it, like an early Ed White sort of curve to the case. Quite an interesting case back. It's almost pressurized. There's an internal rubber gasket, not on the case back, but on the inside of the central part of the case. It's got a nice curve to it. Nice feel, and like I suppose you'd call it like a sporty dress watch, if there is such a thing. And obviously the Omega caliber inside is a tried and tested workhorse, based on the original 30T2, which you could say was in the Dirty Dozen Omegas, and then later on the 283, 286 from memory in the Amiga Fat Arrow 1953 British military issue watches. I've probably serviced the variations of that movement. It's got to be 500-600 times now, I'd say. There aren't many Amiga watches I haven't worked on. In fact, there probably aren't many vintage watches I haven't worked on. But yeah, I thought I'd take a bit of a time out today, longer than my normal video, just to my own curiosity. I think if we don't have a little bit of fun in this job, it's not really worth it. But yeah, take it as it is. It's just me having a chat about this Ranchero, which I'm going to remove the question mark on, because as far as we're concerned, and this was what we thought before we sent the details off to Amiga for its for the archive extract, it's a restored dial Ranchero, sold as a Ranchero, sent to Sri Lanka, and obviously maybe the weather-wise, maybe the dial did suffer. It's come back. It's been restored. This was purchased from an English owner a good while ago. So yeah, your thoughts. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I didn't babble on too long. And if you have any questions, or if you want to put any information to us, you can always email us through the website, WhatsApp. We're new to the YouTube game, so do excuse the unpolished videos. Obviously, they may improve if I get somebody to help me, but at the moment, I'm sticking the way it is. Okay, guys, thanks for listening, and talk soon.